Kia ora whānau, you're here with me, the Māori Wargamer, and today we'll be playing a Warhammer 40K Battle Report. Chur. So today will be a 50 power level battle between the Crimson Slaughter Chaos Space Marines and the Space Wolves on this Imperial planet. Mission 2 of the campaign. We've got concealed deployment for the Crimson Slaughter, so they'll be coming onto the board shortly. We'll go to that. The objective for this is the Space Wolves just needs to get at least a third of their army off on this board edge. It's a small table, so it could work in their favour, and with the flyer, you know, it can just zip off the field in one turn if it chooses. It's loaded with the long fangs in it, so will it do the cowardly thing and turn tail and run, or will it stand strong, support its allies, and all get out together? Well, we'll see what happens.
Let's take a look at the armies we'll be playing today.
Leading the Crimson Slaughter, we have a Chaos Lord with a power sword and a plasma pistol, 10 Chaos Space Marines with a heavy bolter and a plasma gun, 3 10-man Chaos Cultist squads, one squad with 2 squads with 8 auto guns, flamer and a heavy stubber, and one squad with 9 auto pistols and close combat weapons. 7 chosen with 2 power axes, a power maul, twin lightning claws, a power fist, and bolt guns. A hellbrute with multi-melter, power fist, and a flamer or storm bolter underneath, something like that. 3 chaos bikers with a power fist and nothing else, and a chaos rhino with a havoc launcher. And leading the Space Wolves, we have a Primaris captain with a power fist and a plasma pistol, and a wolf priest with a Crozius. A 5-man Grey Hunter squad with power sword, power fist, and a plasma pistol. A 6-man Longfang squad with multi-melter, plasma cannon, heavy bolter, las cannon, missile launcher, and a sergeant with frost claws and storm bolter. Woof, got that all out in one mouthful. 3-man Thunderwolf cavalry with bolt guns and chainswords, and one with a frost axe. A Swiftclaw attack bike with a multi-melter, and a Stormfang Gunship with 2 twin multi-melters, Skyhammer missiles, and a Hellfrost destructor. Ooh, scary. So the trap is sprung. The Chaos Lord, Cranon the Relentless, is embarked on the Rhino with his chosen retinue. We've got the Chaos Bikers here, Space Marine squad, Flamer cultists, heavy stubber cultists, close combat cultists, and the Hellbrute, hoping to come in with a cheeky multi-melter right to the ship. But that is going to be a challenge, as you'll soon find out. But yeah, let's see how we go in this exciting battle presented by the Māori Wargamer. You know him, you love him, like him, and subscribe as always. Let's get into Crimson Slaughter, turn 1. Tahi. Alright, so we have the end of Crimson Slaughter movement phase in turn 1. CSM stood still, these guys stood still, these guys stood still. They've disembarked from the Rhino, get cover behind these ruins. Rhinos moved forward into the centre of the battlefield. Bikers have moved forward as well to support the Hellbrute about to battle the attack bike. Melee cultists looking to get into melee as quickly as possible. But first, before we get into the melee, we'll go into the shooting phase for the Crimson Slaughter. Right, so for Chaos, Crimson Slaughter shooting phase, Rhino's firing its Havoc launcher into the flyer. This will be interesting because we're playing, I forgot to say, a Dawn Raid game. So for the first 2 rounds, since I won the previous mission, there will be night fighting, so -1 to shooting for everyone. So I get -1 to shooting, plus -1 because it's a flyer, plus -1 because it's a heavy weapon and moved. So Yeah, we'll see how we go. D6 hits, 2 hits, and so that's hitting on 3s, then hitting on 4s for the night fighting, hitting on 5s for flyer, hitting on 6s because it's moved. So let's see how we go. Wow. Let's firing the twin bolt gun into the other biker. Rapid fire. So we're hitting 12 shots, hitting on 4s. We'll get back to you. We've got 4 hits and wounding on 5s. 1 wound and 1 3-up save. Boom, safe. Shots from the cultists into the bike, hitting on 5. So 4 hits and wounding on 6s. 2 wounds, 2 3-up saves. 2 more saves. Group firing multi-melter and storm bolter into the attack bike. 4 storm bolter, 1 multi-melter. Multi-melter will be hitting on 5s and the storm bolter is hitting on 4s. So 2 storm bolter hits, and I'm going to command point that multi-melter hit. Still failed. Alright, so end of Crimson Slaughter shooting phase. We did no damage at all. These guys are waiting for the Space Wolves to advance. They're holding the line. These guys kind of failed. But we'll see what happens now that the mighty Hellbrute is going to charge into the attack bike. So, going to fire Overwatch. The cultists will also charge as well. For a 4-inch charge from the Hellbrute. 11. Woo! Say goodbye to that bike. And a 7-inch charge from the cultists. 5. Unlucky. Mighty Hellbrute is going to punch in with his fist into him, and that's hitting on 3s. 3 hits. And that's strength 12, toughness 5, so winning on strength double, so 2s. 3 wounds. AP minus 3 with 3 damage, so it needs to save 2 to keep the bike alive. Let's see. 6-up saves. 1, 1, and a 2. The Emperor does not protect. And does the bike go boom? Can bikes go boom? No, I don't think they do. Oh well.
That bike can go boom.
Oh, smash! Victory is mine. So, with that end of that assault phase, the mighty Hellbrute has claimed first blood upon the Space Wolves. Not looking good for them as we move to Space Wolves, turn 1. Go to turn 1. My opponent is going to use a stratagem for this ambush mission, return fire. Should have been used earlier, but hey, you know, we're not, we don't claim to be the best channel there is, you know, not too accurate. Return fire, he's got to make a shooting attack with a unit. So I'm assuming he'll use the Stormfang Gunship. So with the stratagem being utilised, he's firing into the Hellbrute. And so he's going to shoot the Hellfrost Destructor, 3 hits hitting on 4s. 2. And the last command point is going to be used to reroll. So that's 3 hits onto the Hellbrute. 3 hits, strength greater than is 3s to wound. Oh, 3 wounds. What's the AP?
Focused -4.
-4, so that's no chance. That rips straight through Mr. Hellbrute. Unless he gets like the demon save, I'll take a quick look. 3 hits straight through Mr. Hellbrute, D6 damage. So 5, 3, 2. So 10 wounds to his 8 wounds. So he's gonna die, but he gets his frenzied result, I think. So Mr. Halbert died, but he took someone down with him, thankfully. And thankfully we did this out of order, because if he did it at the end of my shooting phase, he wouldn't have even got to assault the attack point. But hey, like we say here on the channel, we're just here to have fun, you know, provide you viewers with the entertainment that you love. Roll a 6 and see if he's going to make another attack. Yeah, baby. Yeah. What's the number say? Tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima, ono. Ono 6. Ringsies. He's going to shoot into, revenge shot into the flyer. Multi-melter hitting on 6. These guys hitting on 5s. 6s and 5s. So multi-melter is cocked. And that's a hit. This thing, strength 4, toughness 7 on the flyer.
Yeah.
So strength weaker, so 5s. Nothing. And that is from the Hellbrute into the Stormfang. 4s. So yeah, that's a wound. And that is AP -4, so it cuts straight through. So D6 damage. 5 damage. Right, so now we go into Space Wolves turn 1 with the mighty gunship down to 10 wounds. Let's see how things go. Will he make the escape, the quick escape for the quick victory? Well, I think he needs to, but we'll see as we move to Space Wolves turn 1. So we have the end of the movement phase for Space Wolves on turn 1. Grey Hunters slowly creeping forward, Wolves rushing to meet the cultists in combat. Maybe they forgot about the bikes over there. 2 HQs was shuffling forward. The flyer has zipped right across the board, hasn't left the field just yet. It may live to regret that decision, because it will be a guaranteed victory as long as it can get itself and its passengers off the table. But yeah, it wants to help provide some supporting fire down to its men, which is a noble thing, a very noble, yet maybe unwise thing to do. We will find out as we move to Space Wolves shooting phase, turn Tahi. So the Hellfrost Destructor tried to shoot into the Rhino, no success. So now it's firing its twin multi-melters. 4 shots, hitting on 3s. 3 hits, 3s. 1 wound, and that's no AP for me, so D6 damage. That's 5. 5 wounds. Missiles, hoping to finish off the Rhino. 6 shots hitting on 3s. 3 hits. So Grey Hunters are going to try and charge into the cultist. 9-inch charge. I'm going to shoot Overwatch. 1 hit. 5. 1 wound. 1 3-up save. Safe. And 9-inch charge. Wow. And so no charges gone off, and we move into Crimson Slaughter turn 2. So we're at the end of the movement phase for Crimson Slaughter on turn 2. The chaos, the gods have spoken. The voices in the heads have spoken, and have told the Crimson Slaughter to not hold the line. They need to advance boldly. They need to take no prisoners, murder every last man. Forget that ship floating up there. That's not going to be a problem. Come and kill the small little group. Scattered space wolves, little mice struggling for survival. So they have answered the voices and have advanced. Bikers sneaking up on the HQs that are hiding behind these shipping containers. Lord Cranon and his elite chosen will move forward to meet them as well. It's going to be blood for the blood god as we go to shooting phase. Chaos Space Marines just advanced, as did the 2 cultist squads here. Bolt guns are going to shoot into the Primaris captain, heading on 4s because the Thorn Raid is still in effect. Heading on 4s, 4 wounds. So 4 3 up saves, 3 made, 1 wound. And his mates are going to advance. Cranon and the boys. Oh, Cranon will go before, I should have specified, but hey, you play fast and loose with the rules here. We will have a Crimson Slaughter if they get into the melee combat. Havoc Launcher, he's going to shoot into the gunship up here. 6 shots from the Havoc Launcher, 1 shot, and that's 1 shot hitting on -1 for a flyer, -1 for night fighting, so 5s. 5 or 6. 1 hit, and that is a strength 5, toughness 7, so 5s. Woo! End of shooting phase for Chaos Crimson Slaughter turn 2. Not many losses, we're just moving the line, but now these mad cultists, insane cultists will charge into the Space Wolves, into the Thunder Wolves. Overwatch, 6 hits first. One hit, wounding on, no, nothing. So charge, 11 inches easily in. So yeah, the whole mob savaged by the wolves, and morale test 6 + 6, yeah, gone, ripped to bits, dinner. So end of Crimson Slaughter, turn 2, seen blood shed. Whole mob of cultists wiped out, plenty of more where that came from though. The followers of the Chaos Gods are numerous. Yeah, I'm just remembering I didn't charge with these guys, but I'm not going to bother it. So yeah, we'll go on to Space Wolves turn 2. The movement phase for the Space Wolves, we're seeing a bit of action on the rise. These guys have moved over here to HQs. They will be easy pickings. Grey Hunters moving the line. There's still a bit of a journey to the end of the board. Can they make it? Ooh. Things are mixing up. Here's some more cultist fodder for the wolves to eat, or the wolves to succumb to. Who knows? Still a nice cool aerial bird's eye view of the battlefield on turn 2. Yeah, so these guys are mobbing around for nothing now. They snuck through that little hole there. The Longfangs have disembarked onto the bastion. Yeah, let's see. Maybe not so wise to leave the bastion there unprotected. So now we're going to see some heavy fire rain down on this battlefield. The gunship has moved across as well. So 2 lines of defense. Fire rain down. Let's see what happens as we go to Space Wolves shooting phase on turn 2. So round 2, let's see, second time's a charm, firing into the tank. Hellfrost Destructor. 1 hit. Oh, heartbreaking. I'm going to play that sad music for that part. Shed a tear from the cockpit there. Remember to do that in post editing. Maoriwargamer reminders. Multi-melter into the tank. 3 hits. Winning on 2s. Winning on 4s, but yeah. 3s, yeah. 3 wounds, and that's straight through, so just D6 damage. Yow. 14 wounds on the 5. Let's see if it blows up on a 6. Yeah, I'm going to use a command point to re-roll that. One more command point remaining. Oh, we've got some damage coming to the Crimson Slaughter. Okay, so a bit of a hiccup. The Rhino has exploded under the fire of the multi-melters there. Suffers D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound. Lucky blue dice. Cultist, 1 D3 mortal wounds. 3 popped off. Ouchies. Oh, that was a nice little attack there. Space Wolves are furious. They have attacked, holding nothing back. Boom, that's gone. The missiles there blew up. Another 3 more CSM, Chaos Space Marines. The Long Fangs are now preparing to fire their heavy weapon arrays into the battlefield. So we've got the las cannon shooting into the biker. 1 shot hitting on 4s for the night fighting. Oh, sad. So took out 1 at the cost of his own life. RIP, brave hero. Rest in Valhalla, the Hall of Heroes, or wherever Space Wolves go to die. Alright, we're back to filming on the old iPhone camera. Still get that quality multi-wargamer footage that you know and love. So we're continuing the devastation that the Space Wolves have unleashed, surprisingly. And we've got 2 plasma pistols into the cultists, and that is supercharged. So let's see how we go. Good thing Mr. Captain's nearby. Yeah. Reroll that 1. 1 hit. 2. And it's another cultist popped off. Multi-charges coming on. The brave Thunderwolves feeling like they're pretty gutsy now, eh? They took out a few. They you know, it's getting to their head. The arrogance, the mighty hubris, deadly pride. One of the 7 deadly sins, you know. Let's see what they do, but not before the cultists make their Overwatch shots. All right, so a devastating. Well, devastating depends on whose side you're on. But, you know, you're here watching me, the multi-wargamer. I'm playing Crimson Slaughter, the Chaos Space Marine. So, let's say devastating losses for us on this turn. Space Wolves, Thunderwolf Cavalry ripped up another mob of cultists. These ones here surviving. Not for much longer as we take a morale check. They've lost 6 units. I don't think there's any point. 4 plus 6, so yeah, that's 6. All right, so with the losses counted, we're moving now into Space Crimson Slaughter turn 3. Toru. All right, so movement phase for the Crimson Slaughter. Moving forward, we've realised as now our numbers are overrun. But yeah, probably not going to be a victory on this battlefield. But we've got 2 important characters here that we are going to wipe out before anything happens. So let's see what happens with that on the shooting phase. Oh, and these guys actually, I'm going to fall them back out of combat. Actually, no, they're going to stay there. Change my mind. I want them to die. So the bikers managed to wipe out 3 of the Grey Hunters here. And now we're going to play, you know, use one of the unique stratagems from this codex that I bought, but haven't really, you know, not too impressed with it. The Mighty Cranon is going to unleash the stratagem using the last command point, Demon Shell. So make a single hit roll with the weapon in this phase, which you cannot re-roll. If the shot misses, if the shot hits, the target suffers D3 mortal wounds. If the shot misses, your character suffers D3 mortal wounds. So, from his pistol, he's going to fire the Demon Shell, and that's a hitting on 2s. Woof! The Dark Gods favour the Chaos Lord. And D3 mortal wounds onto the Primaris captain. 2 mortal wounds. He's got 2 more wounds remaining. Nice. And to finish off this captain, we've got the 5 remaining Chaos Space Marines. 5 shots, 5 bolt gun shots, 3 heavy bolters, and 2 supercharged plasma rapid fires. Let's see what we get. Roll the wounds separately, so 4s for the bolt guns, so that's 1 wound, 1 3 up. Safe. Plasmas, 2 wounds, 6 up, 4 up and vulnerables. That's it. RIP. Woo, slay the warlord. 10 bonus points for me. So, Chaos Bikers attacking. We've got 2 regular attacks and then 2 power fist attacks on 4s. Red dice being the power fists. 3s and 4s. Just 1 regular attack, 1 hit. 4 up. Wound. 3 up save. Boom, nothing. 1 popped off. Any, meeny, miny, yeah. And now this mob, look at that. Merida. There we go. Watch the Crimson slaughter. Alright, so yeah, the fight phase. Mobs, he still survived with 1 more wound remaining thanks to those pesky and vulnerable saves. Yeah, and that's the end of Crimson Slaughter turn 3. The end. Coming towards the end of the game. Alright, so Space Wolves turn 3. The Longfangs have left the board. The Gunship has left the board. These guys are racing towards the end as acknowledging the brave sacrifice that their battle brothers made. The battle would continue here. Furious battle swords flung, axes, punches, biting, all that good stuff. Eventually, these guys will succumb to the hordes. Cranon acknowledges that this was a loss. However, he is happy with the blood that was spilt. The wolves end up racing off towards the field to regroup with their Space Wolf brothers on other areas of the battlefield. And so that's a victory for these Space Wolves in mission 2 of this Space Wolves versus Crimson Slaughter campaign. Yeah, it was quite interesting. I'm quite surprised with the turnout. I thought that I was going to sweep, and yeah, no, they took out heaps more than I was expecting. Good thing that he didn't run the MVP for that battle. I'd say would have been the Stormfang Gunship. First appearance on the channel. You know, we've been saving that in reserve for you. You know, different varieties of units. That's what you like to see. Different board styles, and you know, that's what I provide here on the channel. That's why you're tuning in from America, from Lithuania, from the Ukraine, all over the world. They love to see the maoriwargamer. But yeah, so that's 1 apiece, 1 victory apiece in the 3 type campaigns that are normally run. So look forward to the next mission, the final mission in this campaign, to see who takes it out. Will the Space Wolves clear the Chaos threat, or will Chaos reign supreme? Find out in the next episode, which will be a 75 power level battle, but increased points value. More longer games, more entertainment that you love to see. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm the maoriwargamer as always. Ka kite anō.